Howdy. I am currently making some goodles for dinner. I've never had them. They're like these protein pasta mac and cheese thing. Really good. Got them at Target. Check them out if you haven't had them. And at the same time, I kind of want to talk about the beauty of consistency. Specifically, being consistent with your quiet times, being consistent with the time with the Lord. A little bit of backstory. So back in 2021, I can remember specifically that was like the last time I was super consistent with spending time with the Lord. I was in my junior year of college and my classes were only at like, I don't know, 10 a.m., 12 p.m., the earliest. So naturally I was like, man, I have all this time in the morning. I can just spend time with the Lord. So I made a cup of coffee each day and would read a chapter of the New Testament, which was what I was going through at the time. And that worked because naturally I just woke up, like my internal clock would wake up at like, I don't know, 8:30, and I would just go. Like I would just wake up and hop in the Word. But then, senior year of college, moved off campus, that changed, planning a wedding, and I made a bunch of excuses like, oh, you know what, I can't do that quiet time in the morning because I have classes super early now, so it's gotta have to wait. So it's not like I wasn't in the Word, but it was like, it was inconsistent each day. So one day, 9 a.m., the next day, 3 p.m., the next day, 8 p.m. And that just wasn't really what I wanted and what wasn't really sustainable. And so recently, the past, I don't know, 3 weeks, I was like, let me just wake up 5 to 10 minutes earlier and get in the Word, because I was tired of trying to just squeeze the Lord into my already schedule rather than being like, let me create a new schedule so that I can make sure my time with the Lord is included in that. So I guess the feeling that, not necessarily the feeling, but after spending 3 weeks being consistent with my quiet times, it's almost been like, man, where have you been, Lord, all my life? And the Lord has been present. It's just, where have I been during this time? And so it's not like anything super profound, like, man, I'm hearing the voice of God like verbally now. But it's more like I'm just being disciplined to show up and read and hear what God sounds like. Because oftentimes I know for me, I'm like, man, how do I hear the voice of God? Like, what does God sound like? And it's like, well, his word sounds like him. So like, why not read his word? Because that's where his voice is. And sorry, I gotta go to this young adults ministry that I'm in. But like I said, I had to redo this video because the audio didn't capture. So I'm trying to scarf down these goodles. Well, I'm trying to go. So if I can encourage you with one thing, it's just try waking up 5-10 minutes earlier than you normally do and just read first thing. Like, I don't even brush my teeth. And so sometimes like it stinks when I read, do my quiet time, because I'm like, man, I can smell my breath as I'm trying to read out loud, or just like, when you whisper read it. That's what it feels like. Anyways, just doing that first thing getting the word first thing has just almost anchored the rest of my day. It's oriented my day to make me remember what I read and reflected on, and at the same time, like now, after I read, I will go quickly shower and then head out to the patio and spend time meditating, reflecting, praying, and journaling. And all of these things were things that I was doing on the weekends, but I was like, how do I now do this on the weekdays? Like I think I said. I don't know if I said it in this video or the try I did before that. The goal of this channel is to provide you a space where you can see what somebody else is doing as they're following Jesus. Specifically for the guys, having a place where another guy is following Jesus and seeing what works for him, what's not working for him. And then I want to hear from you too, and hear what's working for you and what's not working for you as you follow Jesus, because it's tough out there. It's real. It's a war. It's a real fight. So I want you to know that you're not alone and that we can figure this out together. So if that interests you, consider subscribing. I gotta go. So love you. Thanks for watching.